FM 98.3.
Yes, this is Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, and you are on to Mainland Focus. This is the part where we look through two or more major trending stories from the papers, put some spotlight on it, and, generate some sort of buzz as regards, making towards setting an agenda to ensure that we have a better Nigeria. Today, we are going to be looking at two focal points, but before then, my name still remains Omobola Sandra. And I have Fuad Sahid here with me as well in the studio. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. Now, also, we're looking at two stories, just as we mentioned earlier. We're looking at federal government threatening labor on planned strike action. And we're also looking at the fact that the federal government, through its tax reforms committee, is to go after wealthy Nigerians and tasking them in order for, the poor to be able to breathe, finally, one way or the other. All right, so those are the focal points that we're going to be looking at. The first, of course, is as regards October 3rd, to be or not to be. Do you think the federal government is in order with the contempt of court threat to labor? What will be your advice to labor leaders, and what would also be your advice to the federal government on how to stop the impending strike? There's a report here in the Punch newspaper. There's a statement there from a certain Deji Ajare, who is a lawyer and an activist, who said that no order of court could perpetually restrain the labor unions from embarking on industrial action, as that would mean removing the right of members to organize actions to negotiate their demands.
Sandra, there's nothing impossible in Nigeria. In this same country, we got a court, the highest court in the land, giving a perpetual order that a politician should never be tried or investigated. So who says it's not possible? One day we're going to wake up to see the courts give a perpetual order that labor can never go on strike in the country. It's not impossible. And that's why some lawyers are saying this is judicial rascality. These are things that we should not be saying. And sitting
on the other side,
and not saying anything.
I'm not saying anything.
Right.
It's no word. There's no. One would think that an Adams Oshiomhole, who was the poster boy for
the subsidy strike
yes,
doing Jonathan,
then would come forward and be some sort of intermediary between the federal government and
no, it's a different scenario for him now. What happens with again, that's why consistency is key. And for some of us who rate people, we rate them on their consistencies on issues. You remember Festus Keyamo was one of the people that was probing the certificate of the president when he was on the other side. Now
the Minister of Aviation.
And now he's seeing something different about the certificate of the president. So some of these things are not new. Some of these things are not new to us. But on this labor matter, I think that, look, it is within the ILO charter, it's within the rights of labor and any worker anywhere in the world to down tools when they feel aggrieved about anything. And I think those rights cannot be taken using judicial manipulations and all of that. But again, I'm not a labor member. I'm a poor Nigerian who just wants something better for ordinary people.
Well, in order for you to be able to make something out of this, Deji Ajare is saying, and I'm quoting, "I am minded to believe that the order of the court was to enable the parties explore an option to amicably resolve
and that option didn't work.
And if for the past 6 weeks, since that order was allegedly made, the federal government of Nigeria has not been able to provide the necessary leadership that the labor unions and the Nigerian citizens need to develop some level of confidence and comfort that the government is sincere and genuinely pursuing a resolution of the issues, I do not think any court will reasonably make that order." So do you think the federal government is in order with the contempt of court threats to labor? What will be your advice to labor leaders? Fuad says something very, very crucial that I had even had in mind to ask him. Are we going to see a repeat of ASU versus federal government 2022? In this,
ASU made a mistake, and I said it at that time. But
they were 8 months strong or 9 months strong,
and then the court order, you obeyed it, and then nothing happened. I'm not
we're
saying
not encouraging exactly. Okay.
I'm not. You see, this is about. Look, we are talking about unionism here, Sandra.
Yes.
And I know what I'm talking about. I was a former unionist, so I know what I'm saying.
So that's the question that we're asking this morning on Mainland Focus. That what are the strategies that
labor
unions
to decide.
are not exploring?
What
are the strategies that labor unions are not exploring?
Well, I've said what I've said.
To be able to circumvent.
I don't know. They will decide how to do that.
So what?
I'm not encouraging them to disobey court orders. Really, that's not what I'm saying.
It's all right. But what would be
they know
your
how they
advice?
should be able to handle this.
What would be your advice to the federal government on how to stop the impending strike action? Well, that is the first focal point. The second is tax reforms. What? It's okay.
No, I'm not going to say anything. I've said all I need to say.
Thoughts and prayers.
The reform is not making sense to me again now because of that 5 billion. That's the problem.
Just because of the reform.
I'm telling you.
We applauded the composition of that reform headed by
Taiwo. Although we had questions about having 40 people really come up on a tax reforms committee. It was a lot really. But again, I thought that it was going to be about selfless service. No, not even that.
From these people?
People that, 40 people were going to be selfless, who were ready to really...
This 5 billion, it's not for them. It's to fund their operations.
So it's not for them.
A lot of intellectual work, mental work.
Saying, Sandra? Their operations. You have become a politician. Maybe because you'll be reading the papers every day. That was the same thing National Assembly said about 70 billion. That is to make the operations smooth, get them to settle down properly and do their job.
That's right.
I still think we need to query 5 billion for a tax reforms committee, Sandra.
Well, I completely agree with you. But that's what, a former FIRS chairman, that's what he said. Well, looking at federal government to tax wealthy Nigerians to meet revenue target, what do you think about this tax reform initiative? What other tax reform policy will you suggest to will you suggest to the government? We've always had this conversation as regards the fact that are we overtaxing the wrong set of Nigerians? What exactly is the way forward as regards that particular one, where we have some wealthy people getting tax holidays, getting tax rebates and all of that? So now the federal government is planning to overhaul the nation's tax system to shift more of the burden to wealthy citizens while cutting corporate taxes. This is to make, when you have a population of over 200 million people, 2/3 of that is they are under privileged, or let me put it that way, vulnerable. Yes, let's put it that way. While you have a tiny majority enjoying vast wealth, and those people now enjoy
I'm not even paying anything really.
So what are your thoughts as regards the plan by the tax reform committee to let's put more burden on the wealthy Nigerians that are making a lot of money? The rich pay what is fair, and those who are poor can be protected. So what do you think about that? And what other tax reform policy will you suggest to the government, in addendum to this particular one? So that is all. What do you have anything to say?
I think on the labor matter, I've said all I need to say. On the reforms, yes, this is the time to widen the tax net. I agree that we should tax the rich the more. People who also purchase luxury goods should be taxed the more. All these people that go to clubs and do Dorime, so this is the time to look at people who have enough money to throw around. They need to pay more. And then, of course, the good thing about the tax system in a country that works, or a system that works, is that, look, when the wealthy pay, what is gotten from that is used to take care of the poor. That's what tax is.
I was going to ask that. I hope it's not that they overtax and the poor will still be paying when they are paying.
And then the tax will not see anything. And then you keep seeing spending patterns that we have seen. I don't want to go to that 5 billion again, but my mind tells me to mention it. It's public funds, Sandra, really. And like I said earlier in the day, Sandra, I'm sure there are Nigerians, tax experts in the country, financial experts, who can work on that committee for free, just as service to the nation. 5 billion is too huge. We need to query it.
Thank you very much, Fuhan. 0913-6410, 0913-6410. That's the number to call to share your thoughts and contribution as regards the two focal points we're having this morning. It's just 2 minutes you have. Once it's 2 minutes, we move on to the next listener. We'll appreciate if you can stay within that time frame. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section as well. We read them live on air at Mainland 98.3 FM. We see that comments are already dropping. Thank you very much We appreciate Basil Chika, Salaudin, read one. Okay, at Mainland 98.3 FM, do well to drop your comments in the live chat section. And you might as well, please do well to like the post, share the link so we can have, more engaging conversations on this topic. So let's start with our first caller for the day. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Fwa.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Tony. I'm calling from Mokota.
All right.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, the tax this thing for the rich people is very good, but they should start from the president down to all the whole politicians to the local government councilors, because they are the ones that are very rich more than others. Then before they start looking for other Nigerians that are held, because if they start paying huge amount of tax, they will not publish it the way they are doing it now. They will not do it the way they are doing it if they are paying. Because they are not paying, so they are rubbishing it. But if they are paying, they will not rubbish it. Then please remind me the second topic.
We're looking at the NLC, strike or no strike.
Okay, thank you. Because, the NLC have been saying they will strike. Anytime they talk, they will cancel. Anytime they talk, they will cancel. Even Nigerians are not regarding that one. Because, like what said, by Monday now, you say that said it. By Monday now, they will stop it. You will see. But what I'm saying is, if they mean business, they should do it. Or there is something I'm suggesting because of Article something. If they can give him the he wants, it will affect the court. So as for him to submit his case,
right. Okay,
they should shift it.
Thank you, Mr. Tony. I appreciate. Yes,
Thank you.
Yes.
Almost deviating from.
Yes, that's not the focus. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
This is Charles calling from Ojolada.
All right, Mr. Charles, please go ahead.
Okay. About the tax, I want to ask a question. Lifting the tax burden from the poor, are they going to stop the hooligans, the agros in the road? Are they going to stop them? Because they are the ones disturbing the poor. Yes. That's for that about the tax. Taxing the rich, that one is very, very dead. The government needs to, tax the rich. And about NSC, please, NSC should please ignore federal government and the court threatening the court issue on them, please. They should embark on this. Like Mr. Fuad said, if they miss this one, I'm sorry, we don't know what to say on the next topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your thought, Mr. Charles. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Sandra, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Peter.
Yeah, Ogami Fuad, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Ogami, do you know that the way you are explaining how even the protests of Labour Congress happen in other countries, and the way you are explaining also how tax are paid, that the rich pay to take care of the poor, when you analyze this thing, it makes this world seem very beautiful world for one to be willing to live in. But if we look at the way it is happening in Nigeria, it makes the world tell you. I told you of the man that committed suicide the other day. One of the things he wrote in that suicide note was that this world don't tire me. Make my wife and the children carry the world and live. You see, things that are happening in Nigeria make life tire somebody. But if you look at the beauty of democracy, when you talk about even the American president, who is the head of the civil servant, will be part of the strike. It makes democracy interesting and be enjoyable. But look at the kind of democracy we are practicing here. That the judiciary keep on committing atrocities against the downtrodden Nigerians. I mean, it's not just judicial rascality, it's judicial terrorism. So it is judicial slavery. Why can't the industrial court talk in favor of Nigerian people that are dying? So why do they always defend the government? That's why we are looking at a judiciary, nobody being appointed by the government. Let them be elected so that they can be independent and defend it. They are supposed to stand between look for the good of the Nigerians and look for the good of the government. But every time the judiciary will want to defend the government, when shall we be free from judicial slavery? Nigerians, can we keep asking that question? It's the judiciary that is killing us. Please. Thank you. Sandra, I don't have a nice weekend. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peter. You too.
It's about
Is that judicial slavery? What?
But honestly, there have been a lot of inconsistencies and what you can call questionable actions.
Selective obey to the rule of law. I think we've had
some of the others inconsistencies from our judicial process makes you want to question some of these decisions.
It applies in some occasions. It doesn't apply in some occasions.
Yesterday was a misinformation about the verdict in Kaduna State, the tribunal, where even a major platform had said that, look, the judges had
was
said
inconclusive.
It was inconclusive and all of that. Only for us to know that, look, there were two judgments actually. Unanimously on technical grounds, the PDP
could not go ahead.
The PDP petition, out of time, and so their petition was thrown out. But in interpreting the merit,
had
gone in properly,
they would have declared inconclusive 9 different local governments.
But again, some of these things make you want to wonder really what's happening in our courts. But again, it's democracy. We just have to accept some of these verdicts.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Lady Sandra.
Yes, Prince Wise. You're welcome. Please go ahead.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
And God bless you all. I'm just your management.
Amen.
See, to be Larry to Larry, if I read the 3rd of October. And Mr. President is going to broadcast to the nation 1st of October. So I want Mr. President to beat labor to it, but I've done better salary for the worker and the one for the public as well. Because when you say for workers, there are no more than 3 or 4% of the population of this country. So for them to say go on strike, for me, I do not support them go on strike. It won't work because but they saw the marketer from going, they have the artisan, all of them, from going to their working place. And when you say you're on strike, it will be better to wrap into our constitution. They should stop immediately go on strike, no salary for anybody. But it's a labor go on strike. And at the end of the month, they collect their salary. Who's gaining, who's losing. So I just want the government to listen to them and announce their increment of salary. Other thing that you follow is the announcement of that October 1st. And we are in Lagos. We are talking of terrorizing all this. And these people, they are members of Labour Congress. We did the IGO, DUC, they go to Mr. Governor. That these people collecting money from our member, people are suffering. How are you going to tackle? They never do anything like that. Now, civil servant today, they contribute a lot to our problem we are facing today. Look at the argument with the work minister.
All right, Prince Wise.
Some of them are not ready to work. Just as ago, Mr. Fry say minister can sack this thing. This man, Abuja, now, he has sacked about the of them now. If the civil servants go ready to work, minister can sack them. The moment you go into the office of Mr. President, take order for him, you come back, you can sack anybody. Any citizens that are ready to work for this country, to support the movement of this country, they should start them. Some of them, they are
Thank you, Prince Wise.
They working elsewhere, collect money at the end of the month. And corruption is what is killing us today. We are so corrupt in Nigeria today.
Thank you, Prince Wise. Thank you, Prince Wise.
The minister has to say something.
It's okay. Let's stay focused, all right? It's not just about talking about, government do this, government do that. We have focal points. We are talking about NLC. We're talking about tax reforms, whether or not, should we applaud the tax reform committee for giving to the rich what should belong to the rich and giving to the poor what belongs to the poor? Or what other suggestions would you, raise that the tax reforms committee can, do as well? In addendum to what they have already suggested. All right, so let's take within that. 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call. We are still taking messages on our live platform on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Please do well to follow us, like, subscribe. Would appreciate it as we carry on the conversation. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Yeah, Elijah.
Okay, yes.
Yes, Mr. Fawad. Happy Friday.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, the 5 billion, 5 billion naira after the reform. You see, I mean, the way I look at this government, it's like to, retrain their step, especially in the course of governors. It's getting out of hand. You ask Nigerians to tighten their belts. Look at a lot of the ministries created. They're going to be funded. You should realize they're going to be funded. And Nigerians are lamenting. We are lamenting now, seriously. Everybody. So they need to restrain themselves in this course of governance. 5 billion is too much. And let's talk about the tax reform. Taxing the rich and the poor. Fine. How sincere?
Hello?
Remember, most of these things, all these, how they manipulate, how they find their way. It is the poor that is paying the tax in this country. We are suffering it in the bank, in communication, several areas, in NEPA, in electricity. People are finding their way. So, you see, the sincerity is the key. And let's look about the labor. Well, to me, I'm not saying labor should not go on site, but the point is that they have been splitting, they have been the slumber, all along. Nigeria does not rely on them, but if they now know that the economic bonus of Nigeria is for all of us, not only for themselves. They should go ahead. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Super. I appreciate. Well, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Sandra. Yeah, my friend Fouad. God bless all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Yes. On the issues we are focusing on today, my take on this NLC impending strike is that NLC did not apply the right approach. Because if you are a welder and you want to bend an iron, you have to put it on the fire, and when it is hot, you then beat it to the shape you want. But NLC did not do anything. When this Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up with his policy that subsidy is gone, and immediately they implemented it. NLC could have just either go on strike, or they could have just gotten an injunction to stop the government from carrying it out. Now, government has raised in about 4 trillion in that something. So they did not show any seriousness. I'm very disappointed, So what they could do now is to get an injunction to set aside whatever order they got from the court on LLC. They should get an order to set it aside so that they will have time to strategize. Thank you. That is my contribution. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Prince Wise. I appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Mainland FM.
Correct.
Okay, these are Diwali Taiwo calling from Agbego State.
Okay.
Yes, talking about this tax reform committee, I think my major problem with them is that they are putting a lot of us in inquiry already. Because if you have the intention of doing something good and you are starting with bad moves, then you make us suspicious. All experts, I bring my idea, you bring your idea, and we brainstorm and refine this idea and come out with the recommendations rather badly. Then for LLC, I think I support them to go on strike just to put this government on the reset mode. Have a good day.
All right, thank you very much. 0913-6000-410, that is the number to call. We have some messages on Facebook, so we'll quickly take them before we come back to the phone line. 5 minutes past 9, that is the time checkers at now. And we have here Salaudin Ridwan Femi on Facebook saying, everyone is talking about rule of law in Nigeria. Where is EFCC? Where is Bawa? This country is a joke.
That's another one. We're not even talking about him. He's been in custody now for a month. No charges against him.
What exactly is?
As far as we are concerned now, who is the head of the EFCC? We don't know. He's not been charged.
That's true.
Again, questions around the rule of law, like he has just said.
Selective acceptance. Let's say acceptance or selective
obedience to the rule of law.
Obedience. Thank you very much. Selective obedience to the rule of law. Thank you very much, Salaudin. We also have Basil Chika. Nobody should ask NLC not to go on strike, because if they fail, as cost of things are going higher every day, there will be a lot of criminality, insecurity, and other social vices. Where is President Tinubu in this whole thing? Nigerians are suffering and running out of patience. It baffles me how everything is shit in secrecy in this administration. Chika Bende from Trade Fair. We've been asking that question. Fuad especially is concerned about his president. He wants to know where.
As I should.
Where is our president? What is going on? Where is he? Is he in the country? Is he out of the country? There's no official statement.
No official statement as far as his whereabouts is concerned. All we hear from grapevine, from whatever, is that he is on a personal trip to France, maybe on medicals or no. But officially, we don't have anything as to his whereabouts after the UNGA meeting.
All right, we also have here Gbenga Joseph saying, good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Nigeria is the first ever country where the court will object and give order to put a stop to planned strike by NLC and other bodies. It's disheartening that the president, who gave every promise to sweeten the heart of the masses during the presidential campaign, failed to put it into reality. For me and my household, we are fully in support of the strike. Sandra, take my word. Very soon, the Nigerian court will give orders that no politician should be probed. Thanks. Duro Dollar Ebenezer from Igondo Access.
Eyes don't see things in this country.
If a governor can, get that
kind of order,
I'm not saying that, but then if a governor can get that kind of order, and then
never to be probed again.
Let's not forget
Bukachua, Senator Bukachua.
Senator Bukachua,
who also reviewed a lot of things.
Reviewed something. So things are happening. 10 is happening. All right, Joshua from Oregon is saying, good morning. I'm not really happy with this labor. If you want to strike, why giving long dates so government will strategize properly? If you want to go on strike, don't announce it. And the courts in Nigeria is only God that will help us from their hands. I'm really suspecting that this labor, they're working with this government seriously. Imagine this tax reform committee. If you share that money, you discover one person is getting up to 10.4 million. So what kind of job are they doing for such amount? Well, it's not per month, because he said in a month. That 5 billion is not for a month.
I think each one will get more than 10 point something. It's not 5 million. It's 5 billion.
It's billion. No, it's by 40 people.
Yeah, by 40 people.
I don't think that math is not correct.
I think it's going to get more than.
It's way more than 10.
More.
Way more than 10.
In hundreds of millions.
All right, but thank you very much for bringing that. Up. I'm sure Fuad will get into it. Yeah. We also have the word. I fear for the judiciary in Nigeria. Looking at it on technicalities, the innocent can always suffer, and wrong judgments can be on the same technicalities. On this premise, it's obvious that the judiciary will use technicalities to twist the labor. My fear is that another faction of labor will be created to counter this one, and ASU saga will be created again. Now, on progressive tax, the rich will never be taxed, especially the ones in government. And with our economy and corruption, how do you get the data of the rich? The poor definitely will not gain from this tax policy. What? How do you get the data of the rich people?
No, of course. The businesses they run, the kinds of goods, they wear. It's not difficult to get to know the rich. They don't go to the same shop you and I go to. They don't buy the same things you and I buy.
Exactly in this life of social media.
And the cars they drive, so it's easy. One of the celebrities recently got some tax notice, and she shared it, and she had to cry out, I'm not this rich. So if you flout too much, well, the government will come after you. And for the calculation, if 5 billion is shared among 40 persons equally, each person gets 125 million naira each.
I don't know why we are sharing money for people.
Equally.
It's for operational. It is for operational costs. They have operations. They have to buy pens and paper. And
so if it is shared equally, that's 125 million naira each.
It's not for the people. It's not a monthly stipend. It's money that was released by the ex-chairman of FIRS to the tax reform.
He said he got an order. That directive came directly from the presidency, so he didn't just do it. That's what he said.
He was just following his
instructions.
His job. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. 0913-6000-410. Hello, good morning. We can barely hear you. We can barely hear you.
Are you hearing me, sir?
We can barely hear you.
Thank you. My name is Mr.
Okay. I don't think he can even hear us either. All right, but maybe you should try to call back, okay? Would appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Sandra.
Mr. Kangbelina.
Good morning.
Good morning. No.
Mr. Fuad, I greet you.
Good morning, sir.
Are you hearing me clearly?
Clearly, we can hear you.
If you people are saying if the barrister was saying that MSC should go and obtain an injunction to take care of another injunction that has been placed on them. I think that would be an exercise in futility because the courts belong to government. Even if you get that injunction, they will still get 10 injunctions to stop you. So NSC should go and do what they want to do. Is it not this government? Even if you get injunction on Friday, they will go on Saturday and get another one and put it on top. So what are we talking about? They should go on strike, I beg.
Okay.
We that are market people will close our shop and go and join them. You said you increase the price of fuel. You now went and carried rice and you are sharing to some people. I'm not even eating the rice. What's the relationship between the rice they ate and the fuel that I'm buying expensive? It's so funny.
Okay.
They should go on strike, I beg. That's what we want. There's no more, no less. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kambilina. I appreciate it. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Amnala.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to, on the two topics. Okay, let me pick the one of labor first. If labor is actually serious, I expect them to do the needful by going on strike. See, there is hunger in the land. That you can get, 3 or 2 scale meals. Doesn't mean everybody also has that same luxury. That's the truth. See, exactly now, somebody was calling to a program this morning and was saying something about how it's difficult even paying school fees. Yeah. To the extent that even the schools are now so smart that the younger ones can't even use their other ones' books again. Assignment design textbook, which wasn't like that before, you get. So that they can as well break even. So the truth is, when the salary is being increased, inflation will also increase. But at least there will be a kind of buffer compared to what is being experienced right now. The government shouldn't be told what to do. Why should you have to wait till October 1st before something is done? Yes, you are collecting your extra quotes, allowances, and things like that. Then the second one, as regards taxing the rich, I want to actually correct some things. Every lawmaker is paying tax. Yes. Somebody called and like let them tax the lawmakers and things like that.
They're already paying, yeah.
Yeah, there's something we call gross salary and net salary. Yes. And from the gross, you have income and what is meant to be deducted, which taxes are part of it. That's what we pay as individual. And there are also some rich that they are also called high net worth. I don't know what I've had. That's what their own kind of tax is not like business. They are not even some in the formal sector, they call them high net worth. Let's say what they pay per annum, more like direct assessment. They pay per annum, they don't pay every month like we do. Because they are high net worth.
Yeah, correct.
That's what they pay. So, but my own is this. Now, most of these, our lawmakers, now, when they collect their prayer to their inbox and things like that. Now, the law is this. Every income aid is meant to be taxed, except for some reliefs.
Withholding tax, yeah.
Yeah, like pension, NHF, and the like.
Let me ask you. You know there's salary. What of the allowances? Do we tax the allowances?
Every income that's where it's going.
Income aid.
Yes, that's where it's going.
Aside reliefs. Reliefs are National Housing Fund, health, pension,
which are mandatory deductions.
Like
which are mandatory deductions. Yeah.
These are but every other income aid, like now as you are working and you have your side hustle. That side hustle is you are meant to be paying tax on it. That's the law. So most of these rich guys now, all these their allowances
they don't get
that they get. Exactly. I think the tax reform guys should also look into that.
All right.
All right.
Okay, let me thank you very much and have a blessed day.
Yeah, thank you very much, Damilola. I mean,
because that's the issue. A lot of these allowances don't fall under the tax net.
It actually does. There's different kinds of taxes. There's withholding tax. There's the other one that there's tax that you pay on interest that you make on investments. You also have to pay that one. So many things. Thank you, Damilola, for breaking things down. Maybe they should actually also look into that. 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Damilola from Alaba.
Good morning.
Wow. Oh, look at that. You're welcome back on the phone line.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, honestly, I think that government is just a complete joker. People are hungry. You are talking about cutting jobs. What does that? If the local union took out, then just we join them as well. Everyone is tired. And that's
No, Mr. Damilola, there seems to be a network issue from your end. Maybe you should try to, reconnect. Would appreciate that. It keeps going off and on. The quality is poor. All right, 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mary calling from Ogun.
Mary, you need to turn down the volume of your radio set or you turn it off completely.
Okay, I've done that.
All right.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Well, you need to leave that area. The radio we are getting feedback from your radio.
What about now?
It's still there.
Since I want to talk, this is my first time of calling.
We want you to talk as well.
I think it's better now, so you can talk.
Please, what I'm saying is about this tax.
Okay.
This government has come with another strategy.
Okay.
What they are doing now, okay, if they want to collect the tax from the rich, why are they going to poor people again? A little small container with market a goods that is not up to 100,000. They'll be giving us 7,100. The tax will come and give their own notice, 7,100, and the revenue people will still come and give 7,100. Altogether, 14,200 for a little container that does not have market goods of up to 100,000. So these are strategies where you. After the subsidy removal, they're not supposed to collect tax from the poor people this year now. Please, help us to beg the government.
All right.
Oh, thank you very much, Mary.
Again, the conversation
it's good
about
to have
the poor, really.
Joining us on air for the first time.
What kind of waivers do we give to the poor?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about going to the wealthy.
Some of these things are levies too. They extract their levies. Some of these market levies.
That's what is also. I had to go back to the report because it says here that the country's tax system is bedeviled by overlapping local, state, and
multiple taxes,
federal
levies,
jurisdiction.
and
exactly.
Too many things,
and it helps the wealthy to slip through the cracks. So the high number of different taxes, which they put at almost 70, also adds to the complexity at hand. I don't know why one person will be paying as much as 70. Remember, we had this conversation some months ago on Mainland Focus, where we have the different taxes, education. The people who are importing.
Some of them you don't even know you are paying.
You don't know you're being deducted.
Some things are.
You go and buy chicken at one outlet. You see different taxes there.
So sometimes a lot of people don't know they are paying these taxes.
No. No, you don't. So they need to find a way to create structures and systems around what taxes can be imposed, how it can be collected, who can collect it,
and to protect the poor and vulnerable. Most importantly,
very important. Break things down. Let's know. It's not just about are we leaving the poor entirely, or are we going to reduce?
I think the conversation is: are we taxing them enough?
The wealthy?
They pay some forms of taxes, but are we taxing them enough? I think that's the question.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra. Good morning.
Yes.
Good
morning, sir.
This is Timothy calling from Ojo.
All right, Mr. Timothy, please go ahead.
Ordinarily, I don't have problem with anybody paying tax, because if you don't pay tax to the government, how do you expect them to develop other areas of? But the problem I have is that how are they going to judiciously use it? Who will be paying? We are not seeing the impact. That is the problem. This government, what I'm just saying about this government, they just want to look for any way to collect money from people. They want to make more money. And at the end of the day, we are not seeing positive impact in changing life. Therefore, I want to ask you this morning. what is the agenda of this government now concerning this subsidy? What is the picture they have in heart? They want to, as in, what are they focusing on?
I don't know.
Their major target. Understand me? The other time they said,
hello?
For subsidy.
We didn't get that. Please come again. The other time what?
The other time they said they have realized it by 1 trillion naira for subsidy.
1.8.
God bless you. Thank you. But now we are not hearing anything again. And now they want to see, let me tell you, this is not how to run government. Government is about the people. If you are holding this office for the interest of common men. All of us cannot be in Abuja. That's why we elected you. If you are having a policy that is anti-people, what do? You drop it. People are suffering. So each a day is a big problem. They want to come on with that, and at the end of the day, it will fall upon the poor. We are not seeing any impact. I'm the one with my security. Myself, I'm the one generating my life. I'm the one paying my transport. I'm doing everything about my government is myself. I'm not seeing anything that I'm enjoyable.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate 0913-6000-410. Let's try to stick within to me. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. This is Mainland Focus, and we're looking at two focal points this morning. The federal government is aiming to tax wealthy Nigerians in a new revenue generation drive, and we're also looking at the NLC versus the federal government October 3rd. All right, those are the two focal points. 0913-6000-410. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mecca on the line.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Ikeja.
Okay, please go ahead.
Even if we pay the tax, even if the poor, even if the rich pay the tax, corruption will contribute again. So that is the problem where we have. That is the only thing I want to say. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And you too.
And you too, Mr. Emeka. Thank you very much for joining the conversation. Yes. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, Fuad and Sandra. Nice speaking to you. My name is Afam.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm calling from Mowi.
All right.
Yeah, to be very candid, I've been listening to this program for a very long time, but the point this morning, and it's actually touching me, and I need to speak to it. I'm a labor executive where I work, and I'm telling you for free, if labor decide not to stand by what they said now, they have lost the relevance they had over the years, and the one they will have even in future. If they decide to shave this strike by Tuesday, probably on Monday night, they will not announce that they have aligned with federal government and this is going to happen, and they decide not to go on this strike. They have completed it. It's just like it would be like an abortion. They have lost their relevance, in the country. Now, on issue of tax, just as the last caller said, what am I even enjoying from government? They take over 80,000 from my salary every month. I generate my salary, my NEPA, I buy fuel, I generate my water, I do security, everything about myself is by myself. I don't have anything government is giving to me, and yet they're taking so much from me. So what? I wish I have opportunity to sell my citizenship in Nigeria. I will have sold it for free. And just ripping me off. In short, I have a plan to write a letter to the state government. If they can come and take my wife and leave my tax, it's killing me. Government is not offering anything to the common man. Yeah, they're taking so much from us.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So that's my submission. That's my submission this morning. It's actually painful the way it's being handled in Nigeria these days. There's really nothing we get from the government.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Afam. Appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Andrew, good morning, Fahad.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Walter.
Yeah, my name is Walter from Sulere.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk about this tax reform or tax paying system the government is trying to introduce. I think how are you to find out who the rich is or who the poor is? That's the question, because there's so much money rolling around the rich so much right now that you don't pay tax. Some of these rich building exotic cars, They live in the best houses. And they're not paying tax. And that's the question. It's the poor that is the masses that is suffering. But I also have to I want to talk about the NLC strike coming on Tuesday. I was going to say that NLC they're coming so late. I can remember during the Jᴏɪᴜ regime when the Senate removed the subsidy. Less than 24 hours, a strike action was organized. Massive strike action was organized. Before Jonathan had to yield. This is somebody that was coming in, inaugurated on the 29th of May. I said subsidy is gone. And we all remain quiet. What do you expect was going to happen? The new refinery is working.
Thank you, Mr. Walter.
The strike action is really coming too late. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm choosing what's going to happen. What are we for October 1st for Tinubu to come and announce what he intends to do or what the incentives intends to bring out? We must wait to one particular public holiday to announce certain incentives.
Thank you very much,
as far as we don't even know where it's about. Other presidents have left the service they went for, and they're all back to their countries.
Thank you, Mr. Walter. I appreciate.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Well, Fuad, a lot of people are asking where their president is. As
they should,
actually.
He's our president.
Let's wrap things up with a few messages that we have on Facebook. We have run out of time at this time now. So we have here James Ogbona. Sandra and Fuad, I agree to you exceptionally. Mr. Fuad, I'm still confused as regards the tribunal ruling in Kaduna State. What exactly is the ruling? So does it mean
Just
the tribunal
seconds.
upheld Governor Uba's victory? Yes.
Yes. What they've said is this, very simple. The PDP did not meet technical grounds on filing their petition.
They didn't file on time.
On time, so the petition was thrown out. But what they said is that, look, on the merit of the case, on the merit of the case, the judgment would have meant that the election was inconclusive. Because the margin of victory, if some invalid votes were cancelled in 22 local government, they would have had to rerun the election because it would have been inconclusive. So again, this is necessary because when you get to the appeal court, the merits of the case would also have to come up. So in judgments like this, throw away the petition on technical grounds, but still say that, look, if not for the technical lapses of the PDP petition, the ruling would have gone this way. So that's it basically.
Basically, rubbing salt on injury. Anyways, moving on. Then, as regards NLC strike, I support it 100% because the Nigerian workers are getting slave wage instead of living wage. But NLC should have been pushing for the price of things to come down and compulsory exportation of goods to increase the value of our naira. Our president is on an unofficial visit to France from his media aide. James Ogbona, which media aide did you get that from?
Maybe he has different sources.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, Felix Smith saying, good morning, Mainland FM. Please, can someone tell me one thing we Nigerians have benefited from subsidy removal? Up to this movement, I have not seen anybody that has received any form of palliative in Songwater, Ogun State. Labour Union to shut down the country with strike because that is the only language federal government understands. 1 kg of cooking gas is now 1,000 naira. 1 bag of rice is now 47,000 naira. Transport is there. Now tell me, how can someone who earns 100,000 as salary survive with his or her family? Talk less of someone that earns below 100,000.
Okay, all right.
Yes, talk less of someone that earns
far below 100,000.
So Labour Union can't be intimidated by the government. And finally, Damilola had to send a message via Facebook saying, if you earn below 30,000 naira per month, you are exempted from pay as you earn tax.
Payee,
payee. Guess that is the only relief that the poor earns.
They need more, especially for people in the informal sector.
They need so much more. Thank you very much. Well, that's all we can take this morning. But just as we always say here, the conversation never ends. So by 4 p.m., join _Еми Akinode in the Situation Room. It's open mic, so there's a whole lot to still talk about. And then, of course, on Sunday by 6 p.m., join Fuhad Sahid on the Political Roundtable, same station. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. Thank you, Fuad, for joining the conversation. All right, we'll take a break now and we'll be back.